On the journey of exploring food, there is one Sichuan dish no one can forget. It is the five-spice pig's head, a dish greater than just a meal. To locals, it is patience and craftsmanship, the very essence of spice. They believe a pot of broth decides success, and even carries the soul of cuisine. Every drop holds hours of labor. Fire, spice, and respect for ingredients. It begins simply: half an old chicken, half a duck, heavy bones, and thick pigskin. Bones are split to show marrow, skin full of gelatin for body. Then ginger, scallions, and sorghum wine. As the pot boils, the chef skims foam, adding hot water to keep it clear. Soon a thin layer of oil appears. That oil seals in aroma, prevents spoilage, and deepens flavor. As the pot bubbles, the chef waits, patiently skimming and adding water. On the surface, oil begins to rise. That thin golden layer keeps fragrance, protects the broth, and builds aroma with time. Now comes the true art of seasoning: star anise, cardamom, cloves, bay leaves. Each is small in amount, but together they form a symphony of fragrance. They are rinsed, placed in a bag, then awakened with sorghum wine. Next is a secret step for a golden stock. Add chicken feet, pig skin, and wings. Their collagen makes the soup thick, smooth, and naturally sweet. Simmered gently, the broth turns bright yellow. Rich and sticky on the lips, it shines like gold, the signature color of Sichuan broth. Next comes the golden base of the stock. Beyond chicken, duck, and bones, they add chicken feet, pig skin, and wings. Collagen dissolves, making the soup glossy and naturally sweet, sticky on the lips. Slow fire keeps it clear while thickening. The color turns a clean, deep yellow. The golden broth tastes rich and sticky with sweetness that clings to the lips. Old hens and duck bones simmer slowly, releasing flavor and gelatin. Over low heat, the soup stays clear, yet turns thicker and golden. Locals say, when broth shines yellow, you know it has reached perfection. Next, herbs are boiled to draw out their fragrance and color. When the water turns pale, the liquid is strained and kept aside. Meanwhile, rock sugar melts in a pan, turning into caramel. The sweet burnt scent mixes with oil, ready to color the broth. That caramel gives the soup a glowing amber red hue. This caramel is the secret to a broth that looks rich and inviting at first sight. The next key step is aromatic oil, a mix of pork fat and beef tallow. Pork fat is sweet and fragrant, while beef tallow is strong and lasting. As the fat melts, scallions, shallots, ginger, and cilantro are added. The pan sizzles, filling the kitchen. With layers of fragrance, herbs and spices soak into the oil, creating a golden aromatic base. Next, more spices are prepared: star anise, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, bay leaf. They are soaked with rice wine, then covered and left to infuse. Heat slowly releases the fragrance, making the spice bag deep and balanced. Finally, the chef seasons with salt, sugar, MSG, and chicken powder. This sets the frame of flavor: savory, sweet, and lasting. The spice bag is now ready. Its fragrance deep but not harsh, balanced by the slow heat. The chef begins seasoning the broth. Salt for structure, sugar for balance, MSG and chicken powder for umami. Then golden chicken oil is ladled in, mixing with the aromatic scallion oil to create a richer depth. A few more crystals of rock sugar add gentle sweetness, while dried chilies give their fiery kick. A few more crystals of rock sugar add gentle sweetness, while dried chilies give their fiery kick. Finally, the two spice bags are dropped into the simmering pot. On gentle fire, their aroma spreads slowly, layer by layer, deep but never bitter. Now the broth tastes complex and bold, yet still smooth on the tongue. It is proof of the craftsmanship. A five-spice stock built with patience. Every step shows care and mastery. A broth both refined and powerful, this is no ordinary soup, but the very foundation of the dish to come. The pig's head must be cleaned with care, its skin scorched to remove hair and film. Washed and scraped, the surface turns smooth, ready for the long cooking ahead. The head is soaked with spices, ginger, and scallions to remove odors. Then it is blanched in boiling water, skimmed clean, and rinsed again. At this stage, the pig's head is firm and fresh, the skin tight, the smell gone. Now it is placed whole into the 5-spice broth to absorb every layer of flavor. A gentle flame is kept steady. Patience is the only secret here. The meat, rich with fat and tendon, needs long hours to soften without falling apart. 3 stages of fire are used, first high to open the fibers and drive out odor, then medium heat to let spices slowly enter the flesh. Finally, a quiet simmer so the meat turns tender yet springy. Sichuan chefs see this not just as cooking, but as a ritual passed through generations. The broth is treasured like an heirloom, a portion always saved for the next pot. It connects past and present, a stream of flavor flowing without end. When the pig's head is finally done, the kitchen fills with rich fragrance. The meat is soft but intact, the tendons chewy, the skin glossy and smooth. Mention Sichuan food and people think of the fiery sting of peppercorns and hot pot steam. Lips tremble from heat, yet the hand still reaches for another bite. This land is damp and cold, so locals trust chili and spice as medicine. Heat wakes the body, drives out the chill, and keeps blood moving. Here, chili is more than flavor. It is survival and tradition. In Sichuan, chili is never just chili. It is paired with peppercorns for a numbing fire. That unique tingling heat exists nowhere else, making every dish unforgettable. Flavors here are always bold. Salty, sweet, spicy, and numbing woven together in each bite. Among them, the 5-spice pig's head stands out as a true emblem of the region. If hot pot is a feast for gathering crowds, this dish reflects patience and precision. What seems rough and fatty at first becomes delicate after long hours of care. The ear stays chewy, the cheek rich and creamy, the tongue meltingly soft. All are embraced by the shimmering broth, its fragrance sinking deep into every piece. Locals often say, a good pot of broth is a lifetime of fire keeping. It is patience, mastery, and memory, the very soul of Sichuan cuisine. Today, this dish has moved beyond home kitchens, appearing even on fine banquet tables, yet its roots remain humble. Born from simple ingredients made precious with time. In Changqing or Chengdu, one often sees neighbors around an old wooden table. On it sits a plate of spiced pig's head, cheap white liquor, and laughter in the cold air. That closeness and simplicity turn the meal into shared memory. Sichuan people are often compared to their food. Strong, direct, and full of honesty. When they speak, it is bold and open. Just as their dishes are bold in taste. If it is spicy, it burns without mercy. If it is rich, it goes all the way deep. The pig's head carries this spirit, rough outside, tender and sweet within. It shows how people and cuisine blend, becoming the living soul of Sichuan. For Sichuan people, food is never only about eating. It is about family, warmth, and belonging. Around the fire, meals become bonds, where patience and love are passed on. Even the simplest pot of rice can turn into memory when shared with care. The 5-spice pig's head embodies this spirit, not luxury, but devotion and time. It shows how humble parts, through skill and endurance, become something unforgettable. In every bite lies both the flavor of spice and the character of the people. Their cuisine, like their nature, is fiery, honest, and without compromise. This harmony of people and food has shaped Sichuan into a culinary legend. Every pot of broth is not just cooking. It is a statement of how one lives, spicy, warm, and sincere, like a heartbeat echoing through generations. And when the pot simmers, it whispers one truth. Life tastes better when shared. That is why in Sichuan, a meal is never just food. It is the soul of the people. It reminds us all, the greatest flavors come from patience, fire, and togetherness.